episode of 2015.
Yes, yes. Neighborhood News back again this year, and this is the second show. And like we do all the time, for the past 3 years now. And like I say all the time, I didn't talk. We were going to take 1 year, but we already done a few shows. So welcome for our Portuguese community that listen to us through Facebook, and we channel 95, 7 o'clock Tuesday nights. If you're watching us and it's not a Tuesday night, it's a repeat show, so please turn. The new show will be on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Sejam bem-vindos para mais programa das suas notícias da sua vizinhança. Hoje é terça-feira, 7 da noite, aqui no canal 95. Nós voltamos com mais programa das suas notícias da sua vizinhança. Fique connosco, nós temos convidados e nós vamos passar meia hora consigo. So what's new?
Actually, it's funny. I wanted to talk about something real quick. I'm on the Fall Retreat Commission, as you know, and there were a bunch of trees that were planted recently on Plymouth Avenue as part of that project, that resurfacing project. So at the last meeting, that was brought up as to who's going to maintain that stuff, who's going to water them. So myself and the head of that, John, spoke with Rob Mellion, and we wrote something up. They put it in to their chamber paper, which is great. But we're going to try to also work with the businesses there, and that have the trees in front of their houses or the residents there. But I did learn today that there is a contract to maintain the trees there for a year. They have a company that's going to do that, but we know that it's going to take more than 2 years, 3 years. So we're going to push this effort out there. But what also on top of that, where they've made that all nice with the grass, people, I think, and it's not only residents, it's businesses. And I'm just going to give you guys an example. The other day I'm driving down to a business that I go to probably at least once a day, and there was a big bag of trash outside. And I had seen it there for like 4 days, and I'm like, wow. I mean, this is a main road. It's been there for 4 days. So after I got out of the drive-thru, I went into the store and said, there's been a trash bag there, but I had said I'm, from the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. There's been a trash bag there. This is a main road. It's been there for like 4 days now. Could you guys pick it up? The first response I got back is, it's not our trash. So I'm like, all right. I understand it's not your trash. However, it's sitting in front of your business now, so it is your trash. So, could you pick it up? Or if you don't want to pick it up and throw it in your dumpster, let me know, and I'll call the Public Works Department, and they'll come pick it up. So the manager there said she was going to talk to the owner. But lo and behold, I drove by there later on, coming home, at night, and it was gone. But it just comes back to that, you have a business. No matter where I've gone, California, DC, Florida, New York, I don't think businesses would leave a big trash bag in front of their place unless it was garbage day in New York, and leave it there for 4 days. And if somebody questioned them, say it's not my trash. So I think that there's been a lot of hammering at residents, but I think the businesses sometimes have to step up. And Rob is going to collaborate with us to get this done and to maintain in front of your property, because there's a lot of businesses that I won't go to sometimes. If I see that they're messy in front, why do I want to go and go into that place if you can't even keep the front of it? And I think that's something that businesses really just need to realize, that if you don't have something that looks neat, who's going to want to go in?
Pick up and pitch in.
Yeah, and it's so it was just, I was kind of taken back, and this all ties into the Plymouth Avenue thing with the trees and maintaining in front of your property. I mean, you didn't have to pay for the trees or the grass that they planted in front of it, but it's only going to make your business look better, you know, if you do that. And most businesses or even residents, like in Boston, Newport, they actually just plant things in front of their house, and the businesses will do that. So it's just to get people on board with that. But I was kind of taken back, but they did, you know, listen, which I thought was good. Maybe they went back and thought about it later on. But you just got to get out of this mindset of taking care of in front, because if everybody did that, it'd look a lot better here. But
Yeah, and that can bring me back during Korea's administration. I was trying to put the planters on Pleasant Street on the light poles, and I did got the money, the permission to hang it. But guess what? I had to leave my house every other day with a tank of water on my back, which I showed you the tank, and water the plants. When these people open their shops every morning, they close their shops every morning, and what they had to do is grab a cup of water and just
throw it on top.
throw it on top. So I had to leave my house every day, basically, to go up and down Pleasant Street and pour water on the plants. So the second year didn't happen. You know, I mean, that was there to beautify the streets, for your business to look better, okay? And you didn't care. So guess what? If you have maintained the plants, or if you want to water the plants, I can get the funds to plant them. And that was part of a youth group. They went to the greenhouse, they plant the seeds, they took care of the plants, you know, and then when nice and plants, they went out and they hanged them. So it was part of a plant. It was not just, we just went to the store and we bought the plant. It was part of youth getting involved and on a community and get a project and to do a project. So the kids liked the project, but then when came the easy part,
it's,
you know, so
I do hope the Plymouth Ave project really is maintained, because just, you know, and right now we're in the dead of winter, driving down Plymouth Ave, it looks so nice. You know, it's such a great improvement to that main thoroughfare in the city. So I hope that we're able to maintain them.
and I think it's just everybody doing their part with it. It'll make it look so much better. And that, there's certain things that I'm concerned about when they, like the bike path, I think is going to be awesome. But who's going to maintain that? If the city can't afford to, you know, and that's, but you know, it's really just a no-brainer with the businesses. If it's in front of your business, or even in front of your house, go out there and throw some water on it. It's not a big issue. But when you're doing this for other things, I know there was one summer I didn't even do my own yard. I couldn't even water my grass because I'm down there watering like 10 trees and, you know, plants in front. And I went to a few of the businesses where these things were and said, you know, we planted flowers, you know, we're from the neighborhood, we did that. You know, if you could throw some water on them when you see them get dry, nobody, you know what I mean? So I just think that you know, the businesses need to come together and partner with that, because it does make a big difference. If your place looks better from the outside.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
So that's my rant. Sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay.
So you have.
Yeah, we have.
We didn't introduce them yet.
We have Greg Naraki from the St. Anne's Neighborhood. Welcome,
Welcome.
Greg.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So you have some things going on that we were talking about before the show, right?
We do.
And I think one of them, you were talking about the ice skating rink.
Yes.
I think that's going to be good information to get out there, because I hear a lot of people sometimes, if I'm listening to the radio at work during the day, you hear people, when are they going to, I hear at least one person a week calling about the ice skating rink.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would be.
So there's a process to the ice skating rink, and it has to be below freezing for a certain amount of time before they even fill the ice skating rink, which fortunately or unfortunately, how you look at it, it's been freezing, and so they were able to flood the rink, and it is open. And I went down, I drove by a few times, and I tell you, it's packed. And it's nice because it's such a big area, and it can accommodate, I think I saw maybe 3 separate little hockey games going on the other day. It's great to see the park being used, you know? And also, we've been thankful to not have so much snow that our playground has been packed just as much as the ice skating rink. So even though it's cold, the kids are bundled up and they're using the playground too. So come on down to Kennedy Park and get your skates out. It would be fun. Carlos, you gonna do triple axel?
No, I remember went there with my kids when they were smaller. I didn't
You're used to palm
put
trees.
mines on, but the kids did. The
You're
kids
used to
did.
palm trees, not ice, right?
Exactly. Yes, Portugal is a lot of palm trees. So we're going. We're on the beginning of a new year.
We are.
Seren's puts some events through the years.
Yes.
It's anything that you are planning for this year? Probably you don't have dates for us and anything, but something that you've been working on?
Yeah, well, we're going to obviously be participating in the citywide cleanup, which, if I recall correctly, is usually the last Saturday of April. And we take on the responsibility of doing Kennedy Park, and we try to focus on the upper park and kind of the middle park. And lower Kennedy Park, the overlook area, is its own animal. That takes a full day's worth of work. But so our Vice President Melanie Lee organizes the cleanup, and we tend to get a pretty decent army of volunteers. You know, in the past we've had at least 100 people volunteering to help clean the park, and you know, we are fortunate that we do have some support of some abutting neighbors. Atlantis Charter School has helped us in the past. The Marine Corps cadets have helped us in the past, so we'll look forward to having them back again this year. And then looking forward to the summer, we'll be hosting another family movie night. So we haven't selected our movie just yet, but no doubt it'll be something popular that will draw a huge crowd.
Frozen second.
Maybe.
Is there another one coming?
I have no idea.
I think there is. I think there's one in the works. I think Disney kind of has to at this point.
Yeah.
If for no other reason than to have the St. Anne's Neighborhood Association
They
show
would be
it.
crazy not to.
Yeah.
You know, after the Monthmaker was that movie, you know, you have to come up with a second one.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be in the works. And the other thing that we're working on is working on the application for the CPA grant money, because we fixed the playground. We built the brand new playground, which most people know about at this point, but we'd like to refinish the basketball courts at Upper Kennedy Park too, because they're I think one of the most used basketball courts at the parks in the city. So hopefully we can have those refinished and, you know, really start to put our stamp on Kennedy Park this year.
Okay. And you guys got a new sign I saw too? When you drive down?
We did, yeah, 2 signs actually. One at the corner of Broadway and Middle Street, and one at the entrance to kind of just a little bit lower on Broadway across from the gas station. We got a sign there as well. So we are all the funds that we raise when we do things like the movie nights in Kennedy Park, the part of the requirement to being able to use the park for those events is that we take the money that we raise and it has to go back into Kennedy Park. So some of the monies that we have raised over the past year, we want to put towards plantings around those trees, which will need to be maintained. So we're going to call on you to help us with that, John.
Oh, that's fine.
It's okay. I got the tank. So whoever wants the water, I got the tank.
But it's funny that, you know, what we were talking about, you wish you could do more, but it's just to get people
to maintain
this stuff. It's great. Everybody's there to plant it, but then to get somebody to come back and water it, it's difficult. So
we planted one tree, I think it was last year or the year before, and we all took turns with 5-gallon buckets, lugging them down to Kennedy Park and watering that one tree. So when there's an army of trees to be watered, it's definitely a daunting task.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. So that makes a big difference. It does. Makes a big difference with that stuff. So.
How's you do another event there, painting the fire?
Yeah, they've done that in the past, I think, right?
We've done that for the past 2 years, where we do a Paint the Hydrants event, and it's a small group of volunteers that do it, and it takes about 2 people, about 20 minutes or so to paint one fire hydrant. So we raised some money and we went out and bought the paint because it's specific colors, you know, that need to be used on the hydrants. And we kind of broke the neighborhood up, and we did one section one year, one section another year, and I'm sure Melanie will be planning something for this year. But it's amazing when you paint a fire hydrant how much it cleans up a street corner, you know? It brightens it up, and I know ones that, I was involved in the first one, ones that I painted 2 years ago still look great today,
Cool.
which is really, really cool. And it really does brighten that whole area up when you do that.
Cool. That's good.
Another thing that you did last year too was the banners,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
How's the project? It's done? It's complete?
It's almost there. We have one more order of banners that's going to be going up, hopefully when the weather warms up. We can only order them in groups of 25. So that, as of this ordering, we'll have 75 banners up. And there's a couple that still need to be replaced because the wind comes along, and so we're working on replacing those. So it just involves kind of taking an inventory. But actually, just the other day, I live on Osborne Street. I was driving down Osborne Street, and just as you're going down the top of Osborne, right before St. Anne's Hospital, there's probably 6 banners in a row, and I thought, what a great way to unify. And I know that Niagara was doing that, and you have them in the Flint as well, welcoming people to your neighborhood. I think it's such a great addition to the neighborhood.
No, it does.
Yes.
It does make a difference, you know. So, but that's good. You guys have a lot of them. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, we're going to stop right now at the 75. And we'll see what the demand is. So we took the information off our website, but we get contacted through our website all the time of people asking, can I order some? So we're keeping tabs on who wants them, and when the time comes, we'll do another order.
Excellent. Excellent.
I remember Pam came to the show one time to promote a car show. How are you guys doing with the car show?
So we did the car show for 2 years, and the car show was done at Upper Kennedy Park around Park Drive, kind of in a big U shape. The car show was a lot of fun, but it was the last. Did we do it the last Sunday in September or the first Sunday in September? It was in September. In order to make the car show successful, which it was, we had almost 200 cars each year. Work for the car show needed to start in April. And it was months and months and months of going to other car shows and passing out flyers. And for our small army of volunteers, it got to be a lot. While it was a great fundraiser, it took a lot of time to do. It's a project that I would like to do again. We just need to get the army of volunteers. And I think it would be fun to have it as all the neighborhoods get together to do it, because it was just us that was doing it. But all it takes really is to design a flyer and get it out to as many other car people as you can. But it was one of my favorite fundraisers to do, and we had thousands of people in the south end of the city, which was activity you haven't seen like that in a long, long time.
I think now that we are kind of been supporting each other, and we are getting more closer and trying to accomplish a lot more. I think will be good if every neighborhood puts a project that all the other neighborhoods could participate. So St. Anne's will put an event that all of us could help out and be there. And same thing with Niagara puts an event that all the neighborhoods could participate and be there. I think that's something that it's not impossible to do it. Will take a little bit of work from each neighborhood, and could be a good event for the city too.
We did it a couple years ago to an extent when we did the Christmas at Kennedy event. And we got a few neighborhood associations involved with that. And that was a great fundraiser not for the neighborhood, but we did a huge toy drive, which benefited the probation department. And if you're not familiar with the probation department and their toy drive, they do this amazing toy drive for children in Fall River that I participate in helping wrap the gifts the Sunday before Christmas. And
you must have a lot of gifts, because when
incredible.
I went there to drop the gifts, I mean, you had a lot of gifts there.
It was incredible. Just hundreds and hundreds of gifts, and these kids are getting amazing Christmases. So when we did the Christmas at Kennedy event, we collected toys for that, which was a lot of fun. And it was nice because we had a lot of neighborhood associations involved, and Santa came up with a police escort, and that was a great event. Again, a lot of work for an army of volunteers.
Yes,
so maybe that's another thing that the neighborhoods could collaborate on, because it worked out. It was a great event. We loved having it at Kennedy Park.
It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was very good. You guys did a good job with it. But it was nice to see other people there.
Yeah.
Other neighborhoods there. So it was really good. But yeah, you're right. It's probably getting everybody together. We just had a round table, I guess, of neighborhoods.
Yes.
And this was Steve Camara, who I guess chairs the Lower Highland. This is something that we've tried to do probably for like 8 or 9 years, and it just never came through. I'm not sure how this is going to move forward, because we had some.
I believe that we'll go forward, and we had a chance to very brief talk about the meeting at the Highland neighborhood meeting, and I agreed that whatever had to be said was said on that day, and now we're moving on. That was my opinion. That's how I think. Now that we all are on the same page, we all understand where we're coming from and where we need to go and how much we need to accomplish and how much we need to stick together. And we realize that for the past 5 years, a lot of neighborhoods putting projects together. It's because of the enforce of the volunteers of neighborhoods. Our city is recognized nationally because we got grants from the government, because we are a city recognized that we have a lot of volunteers. So all that just says that we need to move forward. We have a goal. We all do this because we love our city. We do what we do. It's not because whoever is in power or whoever is mayor of the city. We probably been around for 3 or 4 mayors. They come and they go, and we are here putting the projects together, trying to get more and more and more and more on for our neighborhood, because we know that as the years go by, it's more need. The need, it's here, and that's where that's why people trust us and put us in charge of a neighborhood, is because they have confidence that we can do, So that's why I'm thinking that was a good project, and I believe that will go through, and we're gonna accomplish more this year than we accomplished last year, because last year we accomplished every neighborhood was kind of trying the best they can alone. But now that we all got together, we know that we have each other. I have experience with this kind of events. I will share, how you could get that event done. Same thing with St. Anne, same thing with Niagara. I think now that we are, instead of be 20 here, 20 there, 20 there, now we are 150 people.
You got it.
So that's why I have my hopes that we're going to.
It was a success with the St. Anne's Christmas thing. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very nice, and they did a good job. It was nice to see, folks, like I said, from everywhere, and especially with the kids. When they came up to Santa.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was really cool. So maybe it's we had spoke about a project there that I'm still working on now. So hopefully that'll be something that we can get people on board with.
I'm pretty sure that now that in top of whatever our neighborhoods are putting together for our neighborhoods, I believe that we will come up with new projects that we all could work together on.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a way to go, and we will make it happen. We will definitely make it happen, because again, because the only reason that's going to happen is we're not in front of our neighborhoods with personal interests. We're not in front of our neighborhoods to get jobs. We're not in front of neighborhoods to, to get personal favors. We're in front of our neighborhoods because we know the needs of the neighborhoods, the neighbors, and how much we need to do on our neighborhood. That's why I think that we're gonna make it. And we will have the city to support us because that's their job.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. It's their job. If you go and knock on the door of the city because you need something for your park, that's their job to give it to you because that's what we paying them to have that job. So that's why I think that with the support of the neighborhoods and with the door of the city there for us to knock for help, I think we can accomplish that. And we're just 3 weeks into the first month, and we're already talking about this. We're already planning, and this is the perfect time to plan.
Watch out, 2015.
Exactly.
We're coming
we
for
have
you.
we have a lot going on. So. And that's an example. Last year, I partnered with St. Anne's, the movie night. This year, the Highlands already approached that they want to do the movie night. So that's one more event. So the movie night's going to be spread all over the city.
Yep.
Different weekends, but it's going to be spread all over the city. I approached you last year. This year, you're going to come on. Because I'm telling you, this year you're going to come on.
Whether you like it or not, you're doing it this year.
and like I said, if it's between 2 or 3 neighborhoods, it's very easy to plan a movie night.
It's great because people would, when we were doing movie nights, people would come up to us and say, well, can't you do this every week?
Yeah.
Which we'd love to, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But if we do it one week and another association does it another week, that is feasible. That is definitely feasible.
Because then we can we can announce it all together. This week will be in St. Anne's, next week's going to be in Niagara. You know what I'm saying? So when we do the project to announce one movie night, we're announcing the whole summer movie night, so people can put dates on their refrigerators that be there.
Sounds good.
And then one neighborhood, it's there with popcorn, the other one with hot dogs, whatever. Divided between all of them will work. So Greg, thank you for coming again.
Thanks for having me.
And we will be in touch for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, John. See you next week.
Have a good night.
Thank you.